Hello there, welcome back to another edition of Silly Car Showdown. Today, we are taking a look at a not particularly silly car, at least from standard. This is the BMW i8, BMW's hybrid sports car, the car that they say will be the future. Whether it will or not, you be the judge. Many people do like the BMW i8, many people consider it to be one of the better hybrid options on the market. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of the way this car looks. I'm also not a huge fan of sort of what powers it and so on and so forth. Probably my least favourite thing, you can't really see it with this paint job, but this car does actually look like it's giving birth to a Porsche 911. Just look that up on Google and you'll sort of see what I mean, and then it's going to ruin the BMW i8 forever for you, so hopefully you look forward to that. Anyways, of course, the big selling point of this car is its hybrid powertrain. Let's go and ruin that by having a look and seeing what we can do to the i8. Let's have a look-see. Engine swaps. We can put in an Ariel Atom engine or a 5.2 litre V10. Yes, we're doing that. I want the shouty Lamborghini / Audi engine, and I want twin turbos with that because why not? We've replaced the Mini Cooper and hybrid engine with a V10, like this car should have, obviously. Although, probably not. I mean, if it had an Audi engine, that would be a little bit weird anyway. I mean, I don't know, BMW's got other cars they can stick silly engines into. They're very obsessed with turbos at the moment, so sticking turbos on this is probably a good thing. It has 295, so we will go for those. Of course, I forgot to mention, obviously, I cannot do anything drivetrain-wise to this car, but you can't do anything to it anyway because it is mid-engined all-wheel drive, and that's the way it's staying, basically. Now, it's actually quite interesting that it does stay like that, because I believe this is one of those hybrids. Also, by the way, this is going to be the highest PI car we've had by far. Yeah, I'm assuming this is one of those that has, like, electric motors to the front wheels, so not being able to swap the drivetrain, I guess, makes sense, but at the same time, when you engine swap it, technically I'm cutting out a lot of hybrid gubbins. It doesn't really matter, because, like I said, either way it was going to stay all-wheel drive, so that's what it's doing. We will have chassis rigidity, because probably useful. See if we can strip out any of the weight. Well, we actually can, 2,800 pounds. This is going to turn out to be a pretty... this is going to be quick. I'm assuming this is going to be very quick. In fact, let's break the restrictions on the class if we hadn't already. Not that anyone cares about homologation or any of that bollocks. I'm not actually sure. I can't remember how much power this engine can get, but I'm sort of looking at the power figures climbing, and yeah, that's a lot of power. It's an awful lot of power. We're coming up to the big upgrade now as well. How much power are the twin turbos going to give us? Not as much as I was expecting. 863 horsepower, 917 horsepower total. We are up into P class, and that is where the BMW is going to stay. Yeah, I'm assuming this is the car which is going to dominate the leaderboard for quite some time, at least until I build something else silly and vaguely modern. 917 horsepower, 627 foot-pound of torque, 2,870 pounds of weight. Front weight distribution is 49%. P-Class 904. Yeah, it's got all-wheel drive, it's got the power, it's got the specifications. The question is, will it have the general controllability to go ahead and beat the Porsche NASCAR 928 thing? Let's go for... Actually, this has less power than that does. Interesting. Anyways, let's go find out how quick our petrol-powered only i8 is. Alright, we are on track with the mad bastard i8. Let's see what happens here. It's making proper noises. Also, apparently all of the electrical gauges inside the car are very confused by this. Oh, launch. Okay, right, this is going to be strange, jumping from the Citroen 2CV to driving something with a hell of a lot of grip. Jesus Christ, I am already... There's grip. There is so very, very much grip. I believe the top speed of this real-life car, 155 miles an hour. I'm assuming it does a lot more than that as it currently stands. Also, I forgot to mention, the time it has to beat is, well, the NASCAR Porsche 928. That's at a time of 47.741. I'm imagining this is probably going to do that. Probably. In fact, it looks like it might even do that on its first lap out. 48.261. Got to brake super early for this first corner while we still learn the car. Yeah, it's mental. Ironically enough, when I press the super go fast button, it doesn't feel quite as sort of time warp fast as the 2CV did. Then again, I think that's just sort of the perspective of that car where I was and the fact that it was a 2CV in front of me when I was driving it. Whereas this is sort of, yeah. I will say the only real down point to this car, gear ratios would be a lot nicer if they were a lot shorter. I'm only really using first and second gear around this track, third down this straight, that's about it. How much speed do we get down this straight actually? 165-ish, and then onto the brakes. It has beaten the NASCAR 928, which is all fine and dandy by me, because, yeah, I mean, as much as I'm not a huge fan of the BMW i8, I am perfectly fine with this particular version of the i8 being very, very fast, because, well, I love it. I mean, I just love the sort of Lamborghini V10, Audi V10, whatever you want to call it. I love the sound of the engine. It sounds so nice. The twin turbos do ruin it slightly. Not a huge fan of the whooshing sounds as this car drives along, but yeah, it's certainly a very, very lovely sounding engine. I don't think anyone would really disagree with that one. In my opinion, it's probably my favourite sounding engine in the entire world. Just something about the way it sounds, I really, really like it. So, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit weird like that. Anyways, I was going to say, bearing the rules of this series, that lap would have been a valid one, but I did end up going off, so no, it's not. I don't know if it'd be any quicker anyway, to be honest with you. I don't know if the dials are always red in this vehicle, but they're certainly red now. Yeah, probably not the easiest car to drive around here, to be honest with you. There are better cars. If you want a time attack Brands Hatch, probably recommend something without this much horsepower. I'd also probably keep this car. I mean, the worst bit is, with the way it's handling right now, it's actually really quite good if you wanted like an R-Class car to chuck around. This really would not be a bad choice if you could sort of find a way to keep it under P-Class, which, I mean, is pretty obvious. Just don't put as many upgrades into it. Because, I mean, if you didn't put stuff like air filter in, maybe you could probably bump the PI up some more. I definitely need to remember to turn that ghost off, because, my god, that's irritating. Although it is actually a pretty good guide to how we are doing around here. As we ease her off around here. Onto the power. I'm going to set another blisteringly quick lap on this one. 46.319. The worst bit is this could go quicker. It could so go quicker. It feels so quick. The worst bit is, as well, just pointing this out, I like it how the standard i8 really does have a lot of issue sort of almost getting around corners. It's just really understeery car, the i8. Again, I'm assuming it's because it's all electrical gubbins, but now that it's got the big front tyres on it and the front aero, it's actually really turning in quite nicely. There's still a hint of that understeer there. I mean, it's an all-wheel drive, well, hypercar now, pretty much. So that is to be expected, but yeah, it's pretty darn good. I mean, that's a pretty apt lap time for this car to get. If it was 6.66, it'd make even more sense, because, well, we're turning what is supposed to be the future into the devil zone, well, past, essentially. Or something like that, I don't know, I'm not particularly good with proverbs and whatever. Right, final do or die for the i8. This is one hell of a police interceptor, I will say that much. And we are going to go off, but it doesn't really matter. Lap time, Emile pushed it into the 45 seconds, but honestly, I don't think it really matters at this point. The i8 sort of came, it proved, it conquered. So, yeah, we probably need to remove that eDrive badge off the back end of the i8 now then. But, yeah. That's a crazy bit of kit. I like it a lot. I just want to sort of see how quick this 0 to 60 time really is, because it is... Yeah, it's quick. What does the actual tuning shop say? It does 2.2 seconds. I think it's quicker than that. Anyways, the BMW i8 unsurprisingly takes the lead, and yeah, quite rightly so. 46.066 does mean it beats out the previous leader, the NASCAR Porsche 928, by about a second and a half, which, I mean, that car, actually, that's a reasonably okay time. Difference. I mean, I was expecting this to completely monster it. To be fair, it could have got a 45 seconds, but, yeah. I mean, you had enough of the i8, okay? We need something to beat the i8. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching this edition of Silly Car Showdown. If you want to see a car built for this series, please do let me know, and I will endeavour to build it. Of course, if you like this and you want to see more content like this, you can subscribe to my channel, which is in the description below. Thank you all very, very much for watching. And until next time, friends, a farewell.